Did you see this weekly candle? This might be a bad one. I need to keep you up to date, and we've got to talk about the latest developments with this divergence. It's time to buckle up. Hit that subscribe button. My name is Steve. The clock is ticking. There's only 4 days left. The largest sale of the year. Go to cryptocrewuniversity.com right now. With that all-in-one bundle, start to dominate your trades. Start recovering those losses and have much less stress. I have been where you are, and I know how to take you where I am. One-time payment gets immediate access and lifetime access. Take my program at your own speed. Reach out to me 24/7 with any questions you have. If price is a problem, at checkout, we have payment plans. If you like my videos, you will absolutely love my program because you're going to get my strategy that's going to help you multiply your portfolio. How would it feel to multiply your portfolio? The clock is ticking. Go to cryptocrewuniversity.com. Largest sale of the year. Now, let's get into this. We've got to talk about this candle right here, this weekly candle that is forming. You can see it. We've got to talk about it. There are some very key things happening. And then the latest with divergence, right? We've got this divergence where price action is making a low and a lower low, and our indicators are making a low and a higher low at the same time that our pressure cooker is getting to the end. Something's going to give here. It's been 2 years with this downtrending line here, and we've got our bullish divergence forming here, and it's a pressure cooker, and we're getting real close to bursting. Is it going to burst to the upside, or is it going to burst to the downside and completely null and void this bearish divergence that we've been forming for quite a while now? So we've got to talk about that, and then we've got to talk about the latest with this, our stochastic RSI weekly cross that has brought momentum into the market that has helped this rally, this about 18% rally. So all of these factors intertwine. They literally all connect. We are in a pressure cooker. It's about to burst, and we have to look for clues. Where are we going to burst? What is going to happen? So we talked about it. This red line could very well come into play in the future. The next handful of months with Bitcoin, we've got to watch this red line. Why? Because we've got substantial history with it. During each bear market, it proved to be incredibly strong support. And as you know, when you break support, it becomes incredibly strong resistance. This is going to be a level that Bitcoin is going to have some headaches with in the future, whether it's tomorrow or next year. We are going to have some headaches with this line. You can go back to the 2015 bear market and we can say, okay, it was major support then, major support in 2018, and also with the COVID crash, support then, and we are below it for the first time ever, and we are having resistance at this level. So if today we would go up to this red level, it's something about 24,000. Keep in mind, this red level is rising slightly each day. So over the course of time, for example, when we fast forward out to October 2023, around the Halloween time, it's at about 26.3K. So it's rising slightly, keep that in mind. But we've got to talk about this weekly candle. What we had is we're in this downtrending market, right? Where we had a low, a lower low, but at the same time forming lower highs. Once we reached our pivot bottom here, the market turned around slightly from this kind of 15.5K, and we rallied all the way up to this 18.3K. And this candle that we're forming right now as we speak, it could be a candle that puts an end to this short-term rally. Now, gravestone doji candles are textbook candles that are found at the tops of rallies. Keep in mind, this is not a long-term rally. This is just a handful of weeks, right? And these candles are relatively small, but you know, we have to call a spade a spade. When there is a gravestone doji candle, it will have a very, very thin body, textbook-wise, a very small lower wick, and textbook wise, a very large upper wick. Now, this is a small gravestone doji candle. It hasn't printed yet. The body right now is too fat, but if the weekly candle closed around 17.1K, below 17.2K, it's going to be a small gravestone doji candle that candle would say that this short-term rally is over. But again, the candle hasn't closed yet. I wanted to point this out because we're in the midst of this bullish divergence. Now the question becomes, okay, let's hypothetically say it does close as a gravestone doji candle. What will it do to this divergence? Is it going to null and void the divergence? And what would it do to this pressure cooker? Does that mean the pressure cooker is going to break to this downside? Let's go into detail there because there's a lot of unanswered questions and we've got to shed some light, right? So we've got a few factors going. We know that we have the MACD cross on the weekly. So we know that there's some momentum behind this move and we haven't closed the candle yet. So is it time to panic and sell everything and run and hide in the corner of the room? No, this is a small candle. It hasn't closed yet. We still have undeniable momentum in the market from the stochastic RSI, right? Now, if this candle were to close as a textbook gravestone doji candle, it would mean that this little short-term rally is over and we could come back to some kind of market structure like here, some 16.2K-ish, and we could hang out there and then we could rally higher. There's no saying that it's over forever. It just means that this little short-term rally could have some reversal. But again, we haven't printed the candle. Nothing is confirmed until it's printed, until it's clear. So it's nothing to write home about to say, hey, this is all over. There's a lot of hypotheticals because it's not closed yet. But if it closes, I still won't be very nervous. We would need to look for more clues in the market. If we break to the downside here, meaning this yellow line here, and we break through here and we're down here, then we're going to be on the way to null and void our bullish divergence, which has been forming literally for 6 months. Okay, we're 6 months into this divergence forming. Divergence has the power to form even over years, even over decades. But right now in the crypto space, a 2-month divergence is something very, very noteworthy. It has power, and this pressure cooker is going to burst. I don't think a gravestone doji candle of this small nature like this, representing this small rally, is anything that would really affect the pressure cooker. The pressure cooker is worried about much bigger things than these little gravestone dojis after a very, very short rally, okay? But this candle has the potential to play with price action over the next week or 2 or 3, and that is important. But the pressure cooker, when you have a 2-year trend line with multiple touch points, it's powerful. If you remember a few days ago, this RSI right here was trying to break through this red line. It was trying like hell. And again, it hasn't closed yet, but that's how powerful this line is. And we're coming to a point of inflection. You have this line rising and this line falling, and something's got to give, right? It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that out. Something's got to give. This is a pressure cooker. Those things we can't deny, okay? We want to see this break to the upside. We want to see a continued momentum in the stochastic RSI, and we want to see how we deal with this red line. Bitcoin is eventually going to touch this red line, whether it's, a few months from now or 6 months from now or 8 months from now or 12 months from now. We're going to play with this red line, and that is going to tell us a lot about the power behind Bitcoin, because that red line has been support for many, many, many years through every time that it's the worst time for Bitcoin. COVID crash, worst time, support. 2018 crash, worst time, support. 2015 crash, worst time, support. And it's always been supporting Bitcoin. It's always been providing us support. And now it's our resistance. So it's going to be a little bit of an uphill battle to get through here, and that is what I'm mainly interested in over the coming year. So take a look at this weekly candle, watch it like a hawk. Don't get too emotional about it. Stay even keel, stay level headed. Keep watching this bullish divergence. Watch this pressure cooker like a hawk, and keep an eye on the weekly momentum. Is our momentum still heading up? The simple rule is if the blue line is on top, we're still good. If this red line gets on top, we're in trouble. Always wait for the close to get confirmation, and I will keep you up to date. Hit that subscribe button. I'll see you right back here in the next video.